Hey, and welcome to Feel the Flow. And today we're going to be discussing She-Hulk, episode number 5. So we got a lot to talk about, people. There's some Easter eggs we want to discuss, and just hang in there, and here we go. Hey, we are back. Oh, wait a minute here. Oh, there we go. Oh, nope. Sorry. I muted it. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. And, that's what happens when you get a little bit of antsy fingers here. Because we're just so excited to do She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. Wearing the green. This is the
he's
only
wearing
green
his
I had.
green.
I love this episode. I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. I didn't have gripes like I did the past couple weeks. Maybe one thing about the CGI here and there, but overall, I think this is a great episode.
Yeah.
I do.
I feel you, because I felt the same way. I had a lot of gripes for the last 2 episodes, because people see me on here, and I was just so upset.
Yeah.
I'm kind of accepting what it is. I love the comedy.
Yeah,
the comedy was just the writing was spot on with the comedy. I think they played it safe with this one. To be honest,
I think they did. There wasn't much in here. We got some big setups, I feel like. But yeah, there was definitely not much here to work with, and it was just pretty plain and simple. Laid it out for you, and then you got right in it, and then before you know it was over.
Yep.
But yeah, they definitely played it safe.
Yep. So before we get started here, we're gonna let you know, if you haven't seen it.
Yep.
Don't watch, because we're going to spoil the shit out of it for you. So, you can see I like that word. I use it a lot on this damn channel. Okay, so so if you haven't seen it, we're going to give up a lot of stuff going on.
Go watch it, come back, check out the review, and break down everything, whatever we do, here, talk about it.
Okay, that's what we're going to do. So,
but we'll get right into it, So pretty much this episode, we're dealing with the aftermath of Titania trademarking the name She-Hulk.
Yes.
And I like that. And I think it was, a good little storyline that we could follow for the episode. I think it sets up Titania a little more for the future. We either get big reveals later on. But I just, like you said earlier, the comedy is just working so well.
Yeah.
And I love how we open up with Ched, the cousin that was mentioned multiple times when we met him at the family dinner and everything. And he's like, how a trademark works, right? And I was just, I really loved it. And I think it was so funny because the writing is really good.
Yeah.
That's what I got to give this show.
And I like that. They did a lot of legal comedy.
Yeah, legal comedy,
just like, when she was using the names and of other superheroes. And, so.
Yeah, when she was saying, what about Thor and Doctor Strange, and she's like, you use the example of 2 people who use their real names.
Yeah, so the comedy was good. It was spot on, and like you said, you want to see more courtroom action.
I think I do. Yes, I really want to just see more explored. I don't want to compare it to Daredevil, because it's really not. It's a sitcom. It's a sitcom, and I just wish we did spend more time in the courtroom, since we're not getting that much She-Hulk as it is.
Yes,
I just want to be a little more involved and grasped with
what She-Hulk's about.
What She-Hulk's about and her actually representing. Yeah. We haven't got a lot of her representing, and even the courtroom scenes we do see, they go by so quick.
Yeah.
And I get it's only 30 minutes, but even with the Abomination trial, I just think it just sped up through everything so quick, and we don't get that Jennifer Walters is really an attorney. It's called She-Hulk Attorney at Law. Mm-hmm. I want to see her dealing with more cases, not necessarily cameos, but I just want to see her in the courtroom more, taking on her own cases, Yeah. She didn't even represent herself this time.
No.
Which I know.
Which it was all right. Yeah,
it was all right.
Like I said.
And like I said, I really enjoyed this episode.
I
I just want to see a little more courtroom. That's all.
I chuckled a few times, and you and I, we talk a lot, and you kind of broke it down to me what She-Hulk is about. Mm-hmm. It's not like the same old stuff we're so used to seeing.
No, it's very different from the comics.
Different from the comics, and
even for a Marvel show,
it really is. And I was like, you know what? Let me just sit back and shut my mouth a little bit, just watch, because I do love Marvel, and I don't. I mean, I've seen some really bad Marvels. So
yeah.
But by the end of the day, I love Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
You could sit there and go, that was a horrible freaking movie. But at the end of the day, you can say, you put them all together.
Yeah, it's going to...
Compared to, there's not as... You put maybe got a handful of really bad ones. Or halfway decent ones.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would say at least
75
to 80%.
One of the Iron
great.
Men was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't care for Iron Man 3, but... you know, but I think this show in general, I think overall it's doing what it needs to do for what the show is.
Yes.
And that's why I'm enjoying it. And I think just because I'm younger, I get like a lot of the newer jokes and everything, you know, like all the meta comments and everything. And I just think, like last week when she's like, you know, Wong's my Twitter shield for the week. I just thought that was so funny, you know, because there's just so much toxic feed going on, like on different social media platforms. And I like the jokes in it. And like I said, again, I think the comedy works very well.
Yeah, it does. It works really well, you know. And I think when we open up with, you know, with what's their names there, Pug and Nikki.
Oh, good thing you mentioned them. I was going to bring them up.
Yeah. And the comedy when when they go to the knockoff guy.
Yeah,
that was just that had me rolling.
Yeah, the guy before the guy.
Avengers.
The Avengers and the Avengers.
And he's got the Thor hammer and he's running around.
Yeah, he's running around in the background. Yeah, that was so
swinging
funny.
it around. Yeah, I got a kick out of that. You know?
And then they actually get to the guy who actually I loved in this. You know, I thought I don't think they mentioned his name. I think he's just the guy. I don't know.
If they
Maybe
did,
I missed it.
If they did, you know, please comment below and just let us know because I that's bad. We don't know that.
No, but the guy, you know, who makes and I kind of like that. It's really setting up the street level heroes in the MCU, and it's like you always have that question: where do they get their suits? Why, you know? Do they just magically make them themselves?
Yeah,
or do they get them from someone?
So we're not going to jump too far ahead anyway because we're going way past. We're going almost to the end.
Yeah, actually, you're true. So
well,
that was next, and then I think Titania. You know, they confront her again.
Yeah, and then the courts and all that stuff, and then she had to take the picture for the girl, and the girl knocked her to the side, and I was like,
just one picture,
just one picture, you know.
Yeah, I thought that
was like I said, the comedies, you know, was pretty spot on. Mm-hmm. You know, it's just. I'm just going to sit and watch it. I'm going to get through the whole thing. Mm-hmm. You know, I was very upset. You know, first one I really enjoyed was it number one.
Yeah, with when.
And then after that, I kind of, you know, maybe I just need to just relax and just watch. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah, I think when you just don't you don't look at what's wrong with it or what doesn't work. I think if you just enjoy it for the comedy, because it does feel a little hollow compared to other MCU shows. Just because I don't think right now it doesn't have like a dead set impact on the MCU going forward, and I think that's just what we're missing a little bit. It's like so connective but not connective at the same time. You know what I mean? It just doesn't have major implications for the future going on. You know?
Yeah, I got you.
But I really like it, and I wonder where it's gonna go from here. You know?
Yeah.
I think we're getting to the point now, where she's in the courtroom for the second time.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, second time, because the last one was inside of a prison. Yeah.
No, well, I mean, just for the second time in this episode.
For the second time in the episode. I thought you second time,
because they said, we'll hear your case out and everything.
We'll hear the case out and
then they go back.
But so what do you feel about Titania? Is that her name, Titania?
Titania, yeah. She's okay. She's not my favorite character by far.
She's not one of my favorite characters. You know, I don't know. It's just
she's kind of I think I don't know much about her in the comics. I know she just she has super strength, obviously, and that's pretty much all I know about her. But I don't know. She's a super powered influencer. I don't really care for her. You know, it's okay. It's just okay. She's not my favorite, but she's not the worst Marvel character I've seen, villain. But I like kind of how they're setting her up a little bit. We got 4 episodes to go, and I just want to see a little bit more of her, maybe the rival that they're going to have. And we'll probably see that in upcoming episodes, but she's okay. She's not my favorite, and she's kind of just okay. You know? But I think the actress is great.
Yeah.
Jamila Jamil, she's great.
It's just the character. I'm not talking about,
what
they come into these these jobs, and sometimes they can hit it, right? And sometimes they're just hard to put on a...
But I feel like she doesn't have much to work with either, you know? She doesn't have a lot of screen time either. And that's what I feel like. I just feel like there's just something not fully there. As much as I'm enjoying the show, I just think there is still something missing, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know really what it is, but it's just... They're not going for it, you know.
And that's tough. Then you're going into a Marvel, that's studios, and that's huge.
Yeah,
and sometimes you'll get it, and sometimes you don't. I think if she sticks around longer, I think she'll probably start getting better.
Yeah.
I just think her acting is just a little stiff.
Stiff right now.
It's really stiff. You know, I don't know if stiff or I don't know, just weird. But I just don't like the
Just not
character.
really
The
vibing with
character
you.
itself. It's not the actress. She looks like she's uncomfortable in that role to me. But that can be just me, you know.
Yeah.
Y'all can yell at me later.
But I think, you know, Tatiana Maslany is She-Hulk's doing good still, and Jennifer Walters. I think she's great. Like I said, I love Nikki and Pug. I think they're awesome.
Yeah, Nikki and Pug's hilarious, man.
You know, just their dynamic alone in this episode, it just makes them some of my favorite side characters that we've seen in the MCU.
Yeah.
You know, they're just really funny. They work well. They're like real friends. You know, it feels like they're real friends. You know, it doesn't feel like they're acting or scripted or anything. Especially Nikki and Jen Walters. I think that just dynamic works great. And I like how she's going out of the way to see, you know, get the outfit for Jen and everything. Because that's something you mentioned earlier is that She-Hulk looks a little awkward in her business uniform.
Yeah.
Especially when she walks and everything.
She looks kind of
stiff.
She just drives me nuts.
But that's kind of why, like, now that they're setting up, you know, and, you know, obviously She-Hulk, all her her dates, her previous dates from Matcher came up and everything. And that was funny. I thought that worked really good.
That was funny.
And then after that, she, you know, pretty much wraps up her case. She has a drink with her other lawyer and everything.
Their attorney, And I'm trying to figure out when they met, you know. I know they...
Yeah, because they definitely had, like, that, like, tension between them. And that was written like that, you know, and I was like, I just have to go back and see where that tension started from.
Yeah, I'm gonna because they're so short. I'm just gonna go back and just start from one and just, you know, you can blow through them at 20 minutes long. This last one was only 29 minutes.
Yeah, 29 minutes in, and it's like not even including credits. So.
Yeah, and then it was and then we'll get together on that one too. That was the credits were good.
Yep.
I mean, but not the credit, but the one part they had.
Yeah,
you know, with the
part.
Easter eggs,
yeah,
and I think
Easter
a lot
eggs.
of people been trying to figure out those Easter eggs. You know, but I don't know when you want to start chatting about that. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was a quick episode, guys. You know, we just it was like a breeze. We watched it right before we got on. There wasn't, like I said, a whole lot there.
And that was my second time watching
Yeah,
it.
yeah, me too. And you know, I guess so they wrap up the court scene and everything. The final court scene, Jennifer Walters wins the case, and then she goes out to the drink with her attorney, who was representing her. You know, Jennifer Walters goes back to the guy, and he has two outfits for her. One, which I think is going to be her normal, like, business attire.
Yep.
And then he gives her another one, and she's like, I don't know if I'm going to wear this. He's like, just say thank you, Jennifer. And she's like, thank you. So I think that's going to be a super suit that's going to be revealed next week.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
I'm excited to see that. That's cool.
I hope it looks good on her.
I hope so.
I really do.
I hope so. Because that's what I want to mention. Her CGI looked a lot better this week. Besides the walking a little bit, which is still a little funky, I think this is the best She-Hulk has looked. But that's just my opinion.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. I mean, she look a little shaky sometimes to me. And I'm just staring like this, trying to,
just not trying to get taken out of it.
Yeah. So I got to just stop doing that and just watch the dang thing. And, you know, I already said what I had to say about it before. So, you know, and I just, it is what it is. I heard it was worse when they first started work on it.
Oh, yeah. No, I heard that too. And, you know, they kind of progressed it, kept working on it after the episode was released. And they always update it. I noticed that with Disney, like, if something's a little shaky, they update stuff. Even in the movies, like Spider-Man, when, you know, not to get off track, but in the final battle, when the other Spider-Mans come in and everything, they looked a little funky, but they keep updating it and, like, releasing new versions that look better. So that was cool. So I think her CGI will get better. And like I said, I think they saved a lot of the majority of the budget for like later on. Because I think now we're going to start seeing a little more action, a little more hers, like She-Hulk all the time and everything, you know. And that's cool. But we get to our really big not Easter egg because it's been in the trailers, but we get to our big reveal of the Daredevil helmet.
The Daredevil, that was
cool. That was cool.
To be picked up later.
Yep, to be picked up later. He puts the cap on it.
Yeah, and that's the old school.
That's like, I think that's like first appeance. Red, it was yellow and red.
Yellow and red. Oh, I can't wait to see. Oh man, I can't wait to see that.
That was so cool.
That's gonna be sick.
So, and I'm assuming that's setting up for next week.
Yeah,
I think we have to see Matt Murdock.
Because you know it says to pick up. I don't know if it didn't say when to pick up.
No, it didn't say when.
It didn't say when. So yeah,
she's getting her super suit. Yeah, you know. We see the Daredevil helmet. I think everything's starting to go in motion now, and I think we'll start moving a little bit.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think we're gonna start seeing other characters because now I think the story is kind of, like I said, this was very safe for me.
It was,
and it was like, and usually when they do that, something big usually happens.
Yep, the calm before the storm.
Yeah, so we'll just pray that we see Daredevil, and and he does something pretty cool.
Yeah, I think
I just hope it's not just one. Yeah, how you doing? And then
gone. No, I think
you know what I'm saying.
There was some new footage released, and I think he's going to be in it. I think he's only going to be in one episode, but I think he's going to be in it for the majority of the episode.
I didn't see any new footage. You should have sent it to me.
I didn't want to spoil it because I think with these Marvel shows, what they do is they just keep pumping out clips and TV spots.
Yeah, they do.
And I think it just reveals too much.
Yeah.
And something I kind of regret if I
don't like
if I didn't want
too much.
if I had the option not to see it, I wouldn't watch it. But I was just scrolling. It was like in not a live feed, but it was like a reel or whatever, and I saw it and I was like, okay, it's fine, but I don't want to see any more of what's gonna happen. We only have 4 episodes left.
Yeah.
And speaking of the end of the episode, there's no post-credit scene this time.
No.
Which is okay. It's okay, but we did get some really cool Easter eggs.
Yep.
You want to bring those up?
Yeah. Here we go.
So look at that wall of shoes, and I love that. I love the conversation earlier that Pug's having. He's like, wait in line for me with the Iron Man 3s,
Yeah.
You get those for me.
And he's holding them.
We see the Iron Man 3s, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of Easter eggs here. If you look at the bottom, you can see the bottom in the middle. You see Spider-Man, Black Panther. You go up to Captain Marvel, Cyclops, which, again, more X-Men Easter eggs in the MCU. Mm-hmm. They're plotting their dots, They're getting them in there slowly.
Yep.
We see the Vision, some Green Goblins. That's really cool. I think that was Bishop. We get the Thing. Finally, some Fantastic Four confirmations, other than the cameo in Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
We get Deadpool over on the right with some Captain America above him. We get Nova. We get a whole bunch of people. Ghost Rider in the left. There's just so many Easter eggs here that you guys can pick out and stuff. But I just wanted to talk about a few of those because I just thought that was really awesome.
Yeah. Yep. Really awesome. And I didn't pay attention to it until he and he texted me and he's like, "Hey, did you see the sneakers on the wall?" I'm like, "What?" So I had to go watch it again because I just totally missed it. I don't know how I did that. I think I was just,
Well, you're expecting to see a post-credit scene. You didn't, and you're like,
I think
there's nothing
so.
here,
And I just should have just been paying attention. I saw the shoe. I knew he said, "Oh, he got a shoe," but I didn't pay attention to all the other shoes on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So so there we go.
But
that was great though, man. Great. And I'm glad you paid attention to like all the little shoes and figured them all out. And some of them were like,
some of them, were a little iffy.
Yeah. So they did what the
Frogman. Yep, Frogman was in the middle.
Which he's supposed to make an appearance on She-Hulk, right?
Yeah, he is. I don't know whether it's next week. Probably not if they're setting up Daredevil. But Frogman's supposed to be in here still. We never know. We have to follow up with the Wrecking Crew because we haven't seen them again.
Yep.
We don't know who the boss is yet either that they mentioned. So I think I'm a little nervous though because, like you said, this episode was really safe. The calm before the storm. And I know Marvel likes to wait for all their big stuff to happen at the end. Yeah. And I just think it can be a little rushed. And I already feel like they're already so quick. So I don't know. I'm just hoping the next 4 weeks isn't going to be anything like crazy. I hope everything stays organized and, just smooth.
Yep.
I hope it doesn't start going all crazy here, there, everywhere, trying to rush everything into one episode and this and that by the end, which Marvel sometimes does. But I'm going to be optimistic. I'm liking the show so far. I really like this episode. And
Yep. And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I guess. I guess this wraps up our She-Hulk episode 5. Thank you guys for coming in. Check out the video. Don't forget to comment, leave a like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And on that note, I think.
I hear you.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you.
Like, comment, subscribe, get that notification bell. Guys, thank you so much for all the views on our last episode when we were doing the trailer reactions. I really appreciate every single one of you. We both do. And, we're excited. We're going to keep pumping out more content. It's going to keep getting better. And just stay tuned, guys. Have a good one.